First at noon, investigators say they have arrested the man who has been terrorizing women along hiking trails in Jefferson County as a sexual predator. They say Glenn Braden exposed himself to 2 women this week and that he may be the same guy behind other incidents dating back to the month of April. The most recent calls from Stapleton Park in Golden came from women hiking alone near the Beaver Brook Trail. Both described the suspect as wearing a gray shirt and green sweatpants. Deputies say he approached the hiker, exposed himself, and then performed lewd acts. Crews searched the woods last night and found Braden wearing the same clothes and arrested him after a short foot chase. Investigators also think Braden is the suspect who targeted women hiking at Flying J Ranch Park in Conifer. That case dates back to early April. In the weeks that followed, the alleged suspect targeted women in June at Three Sisters Park and again at Flying J Ranch Park in July. Investigators had posted warnings in the park asking people to call 911. For now, the suspect is behind bars in the Jefferson County Jail on 3 counts of unlawful sexual contact and 5 counts of indecent exposure. And right now, a live look through our CDOT camera along I-76 near 96th Street in Commerce City. In the last 20 minutes, eastbound lanes there finally started moving again after traffic had stopped around 11 o'clock this morning. That's when CDOT tweeted eastbound lanes were closed because of a fire between 88th and 96th. This is video from that backup on I-76. We have reached out to find out more details about this fire, and we are still waiting for a response. Right now, we are getting our first look at damage left behind after 2 tornadoes touched down near Yuma. Sky 9 flew over the area earlier this morning. This house is southwest of the Yuma Airport near Highway 59 and Country Road 36. And as you can see, someone there is checking out the damage. We also know a local helicopter pilot took the owner of that house up to show them the damage to their home and barn. The black building there looks fairly new, possibly under construction before it was damaged. And take a look at these harvesters. As you can see, the building around them just fell right on top of them. We did a quick internet search this morning, and a harvester like these ones here can cost up to $487,000. We checked with the city of Yuma this morning. Officials there told us the damage appears to be near West 10th Avenue and County Road 37, and thankfully, nobody was hurt. Chris Bianchi joins us now with some of the context behind these storms. Chris, busy day yesterday. What's it like today? What's going to happen?
Yeah, we're much calmer today here, Jeremy. But what we saw yesterday, this was not just some of these typical tornadoes we can sometimes get here on the Eastern Plains. We average about 50 tornadoes a year in Colorado. But what we saw yesterday, there's a chance, it probably was not an EF4 tornado, but there's a chance that this was an EF4 caliber tornado that moved through the south side of Yuma. And we have not seen an EF4 tornado on record here in Colorado. That rating system goes back to 2007. So point being, we probably, I'm going to guess here, I want to put the asterisk out there. It's a guess that we had probably 150 mile an hour winds within that tornado. So that damage that you saw there, not something that we see every day here in Colorado. And this is certainly something we don't see every day. This is the first time I've ever had this, a 5-inch hailstone west of Idalia in Yuma County. If that is verified, that'd be the largest hailstone ever recorded here in Colorado. But today, way calmer, way better. It is gorgeous out there. We're probably dry through at least Friday, if not into Saturday. HE Doppler radar still showing a few showers, storms here in Prowers County. Those are dissipating right now, and the forecast, we're going to stay dry for today, for tomorrow, but maybe some storms return for the weekend. I'll have more details on those, Jeremy, coming up here in a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, looking back on what we saw last night, again, I want to re-emphasize the fact that what we saw last night, not a typical happenstance for us here in Colorado.
Yeah, 5 inches for a hailstone. That's got to be pretty massive. Maybe somebody there has a picture of it.
So I'm a millennial, and the thing I use to reference it, that's the size of about a DVD or a CD, for those of you who remember that. I know our younger viewers are going, what is
DVD,
that? But yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's about that big.
All right, Chris, thank you. Storms in Larimer County last week have the county planning to declare a local disaster emergency. Fort Collins got 4 inches of rain there. The county told us flash flooding and debris caused $1 million worth of damage. They are worried about another storm hitting this month, and cleanup is still ongoing. Water flooded roads and damaged some buildings on CSU's campus. The declaration here is the first step in getting help from state and federal agencies. Bus drivers are in short supply right now across Colorado, and districts are trying to work on solutions as your kids head back to school. Jeffco Public Schools are doing away with individual stops. This means neighborhoods will now have hubs where kids are picked up together. That means a longer walk for many students, some with no sidewalks and no streetlights. And winter will be here before we know it.
It's not like I haven't come to school in snow pants before, it's just that they'll be much more crucial.
You know, you want a fourth grader hiking alone in 2 feet of snow, standing around waiting for the bus to come.
Betsy Abbott, says there that, she doesn't want this happening right now. Jeffco is down 19 bus drivers. Douglas County is operating with just 55% of their staff. They are down 104 drivers, and in Boulder, they are down 40 to 50 drivers. Douglas has decided to implement rolling cancellations. This means every 5th week, certain bus routes will be canceled for 5 days because of that shortage. We are hearing from a parent of a former McAuliffe International student. She says her son experienced a so-called monitored seclusion room at the school. That school has been scrutinized by the Denver Public School Board. This after former principal Kurt Dennis was fired after talking to 9 News about school security concerns. Over the past week, we've heard from school board members about new claims that Dennis used the room to, quote, incarcerate students of color. Jessie Hawthorne told us about her son's experience. She said it was different than what was described by board members. Her son was adopted at age 4 from Ethiopia. He was at 6 Denver schools before McAuliffe. She told us her son's challenges were addressed more respectfully at McAuliffe by Dennis and his team.
He was misunderstood for most of his schooling and placed in behavior programs when really what his issue was being autistic. So it wasn't just smooth sailing the entire 3 years, but compared to all the years in elementary school before that, it was a complete change. The way he directed his staff to handle kids with special education issues was much different and not punitive.
Hawthorne did say she does not know whether the room her son was in is the same room now being investigated by the school district and Denver police.